Nigeria, at least 17 suspected terrorists have been killed and 85 others arrested in anti-terror raids over the past 2 days across the country. This is according to local media quoting military sources. One unnamed source says security forces engaged suspected militants in multiple clashes across Borno and Adamawa states. Those arrested include Boko Haram informants, logistics suppliers, terrorist collaborators, drug peddlers and kidnappers. More than 10 abductees were also rescued in the operations. Nigeria has been battling security challenges, particularly in the northeast, where Boko Haram has waged an insurgency for more than a decade. UN reports indicate that more than 40,000 people have been killed and at least 2 million displaced since the crisis began. Deji Badamosi is live for us in Lagos. Deji, what's the latest on these raids by the Nigerian troops?
Well, actually, these raids started sometime last week, and of course, the military has been intensifying on this raid. Last week alone, the military now rescued about 21 persons, including 4 Chinese nationals who were kidnapped several months ago. And there's been, you have military operations now going on in several states, especially in the north, west now, northeast, as well as the north central. So in the latest raid, of course, the military says about 17 persons were rescued and several of the insurgents killed. The military has actually been a bit quiet about this raid now, not until now that it is disclosing the number of terrorists it's killed and the number of persons rescued. So altogether, the military has rescued over, I should say, over 30 persons, right from Thursday to yesterday. And of course, the military too has suffered some casualty. A senior military commander was killed in one of the operations in the northeast of the country. That's in Borno State, to be specific, and the number of soldiers too killed. But then the military says it's going to intensify the operation and intensify the raid to ensure that lasting peace returns to some of these areas that are very volatile. So as we speak now, military operations going on in the northeast, northwest, and of course north central. And of course you also have military operations in the southern part of the country as well, especially the southeast of the country. So military operations going on literally across the country, and the military says it is succeeding, making arrests, arresting top Boko Haram commanders, and of course freeing people who had been kidnapped for several months. Panina?
So you mentioned that over 30 have been rescued so far, at least that's the number that we know for now. But talk to us about the condition of the hostages. What do we know about them? How are they? And what does all of this mean for Nigerians?
Well, some of the hostages, no doubt, in very terrible conditions. The military released the images of some of the hostages. Most of them could barely walk. Some of them had to be carried looking malnourished. In one instance, we understand some of the hostages were kept by these bandits now for like upward of 4 months. And so you clearly could see that the hostages looked emaciated. Most of them had to be carried, and quite a pity, quite a number of them old people. So in one instance, for instance, about 17 men were rescued, 4 women, and there was a case where an infant was involved, all looking emaciated. They were given first aid, and now they've been taken to a military facility where they're receiving comprehensive medical treatment. Nigerians certainly are not happy about this, but people are positive. Because of this operation that is going on now, people are getting, hostages are getting freed. So people are commending the military, and the hope is that the military will be able to scale up. In fact, the military says it's going to scale up this operation, especially targeting those areas that are volatile, where people, where kidnappings now continue to happen. Well, people are a bit positive that the operation is going to continue to yield positive results, but unfortunately, as I said, it's also the military. Some of the soldiers are paying the price, some are getting killed in the operations, but the military says it will not be deterred. It will continue this operation until, according to it now, that everyone kidnapped has been released and that these bandits and terrorists are decimated. Of course, the military says it is in this for the long haul.